Be gone!
Dang it!
Get out! Leave this place!
The Ghost of Lavender Town, Marowak. Rising from the grave, same as Special Smash, is nothing more fitting. Long before I ever considered even doing Special Smash, I had always loved the idea of a Lavender Town-inspired Marowak moveset. This poor mother is the perfect representation of the rather creepier side the Pokemon series likes to throw in from time to time. Now, I'm sure I don't have to explain to you the many Pokemon creepypastas or the creepy stuff they add in the games, but for anybody who somehow may not know, in the Kanto region there exists a town known as Lavender Town. This place is extremely dreary and eerie, most notably due to the large Pokemon Tower, a graveyard for Pokemon who couldn't survive their last battles. One spirit in particular had been haunting the area recently, taking the form of the now popular Ghost Spray. However, upon acquiring the Sylph Scope, it's revealed to be the spirit of a Marowak, who was killed trying to protect her Cubone from Team Rocket. Don't ask why Cubone's already wearing the skull. This town has lived on in people's minds for years and years, and I think it deserves some representation in Smash, and what better way to do that than with the haunting mother herself. Marowak, being a small ghost, is naturally a pretty light character. And even though she's just a ground-type Pokemon, I wouldn't discount her abilities in the air either, which I'll explain why. She'll have 2 jumps and the ability to crawl. Now, first and foremost, I should probably mention Marowak's gimmick, which isn't really a gimmick at all. It's more the fact that she's a ghost, and because she's a ghost, her airspeed will be a little better than what you may expect, but besides that, this is really more of a visual gimmick. There are a few specific moves that Marowak uses that will have her transform into her ghostly form, such as rolling or spot dodging, and whenever she's in her ghost form, Marowak will be completely invincible. Marowak's jab will be a hit from both sides of her bone, followed by a thrust. For her dash attack, she'll turn ghostly and do a charge forward. The F-tilt will be a spinning swat with her tail, emitting a ghostly energy to reach farther. The up-tilt will be an upward stab with the bone. And the down-tilt will have her slam her head into the ground. Can't get a concussion if you're already dead. Now on to the smash attacks. The forward smash will have Marowak swing the bone like a baseball bat. Marowak's up smash will have her spin the bone around, dealing multi-hitting damage before getting launched with the final hit. And Marowak's down smash will reference the move Stomping Tantrum. She'll jump into the air and then come stomping back down, creating 2 small shockwaves on either side of her. For the aerials, Marowak's neutral air will have her spin her bone around in front of her, similar to pits or byleths. For the forward air, Marowak will toss her bone, having it spin and then immediately come back to her, very similar to the move Bone Rush. The back air will be a strong backwards headbutt. The up air will have Marowak do a spin with her ghost form. And the down air will cause Marowak to do a flip and then slap downwards with her tail, naturally spiking if this move sweet spots. Now, if you may recall, Marowak is tiny and has stubby little arms, so you probably would not expect her grab range to be very good. However, you are stupid, because Marowak is going to be using a little outside help for her grab. When she wants to bring you closer, she will summon the White Hand. which will pull you close to her and have her pummel be a smack with the bone. The forward throw will have the hand toss the opponent into the air before Marowak swats them away. For the back throw, the hand will lift the opponent up slightly as Marowak slides under them, headbutting them in the other direction. For the up throw, Marowak will stab her bone into the ground, causing a spike to shoot up and launch the opponent. This is very similar to the move Stone Edge. And for the down throw, Marowak will drag you to hell herself before beating you up and throwing you out. Marowak's specials will definitely favor her ground typing for the most part, and for the neutral special, Marowak will use Headbutt. This is a charge and release kind of attack similar to DK's Monkey Punch or Samus's Charge Shot, where she'll reel back and begin charging ghostly energy into her skull. And then when pressed again, she'll unleash it with a powerful headbutt. The side special will be Bone Meringue. This is very similar to Blazing Edge or Belmont's Cross. Marowak will toss the bone out as it spins around and then immediately comes back. If it misses Marowak and goes off stage, it will simply reappear back into her hand. The up B will be called Rising Spirit. This is a very simple up B where Marowak turns into her ghost form and flies upwards, completely invincible like the Wings of Rebellion. This move will not put Marowak into free fall, but she won't be able to use this again, so it'll be useful to escape an opponent and then come back down with some aerials. And the down special is going to be Dig. There's two possible things that Dig can have happen. If she's in the air and hits an opponent when she dives down, it'll cause a meteor smash at relatively high percents. But if she lands on the stage or is already there, she'll burrow underneath, and after a couple seconds she'll jump out and attack. You'll be able to angle which direction she comes out of by using left or right. And the final smash will be the Curse of Lavender Town. Marowak's bone will begin glowing with ghostly energy and she'll toss it forward, having it increase in size as it travels. This will drag up to 3 characters into a cinematic. Suddenly they'll appear in the Pokemon Tower, realizing they can't move as white hands are holding them down, slowly dragging them into their grave. Ghost form Marowak will charge into them and push them completely underneath before beating them up, ending by them being launched away. This move will automatically KO if the opponent is over 100% when hit, being doomed to an early grave, much like she was. Marowak's default palette will of course be the default Marowak, as well as having purple ghostly aura emanating out of her. The next alt will be Marowak's shiny form, emanating a red ghostly aura this time. The third alt will be based on the Channeler Trainer class, with a white ghostly aura emanating, as if to be purified. The next alt will be the various ghost sprites that are seen throughout the many games. The second half of alts, fitting as all of these are really ghost types, will be Alolan Marowak. And then the next alt is, of course, shiny Alolan Marowak. The next alt is based on Spiritomb, and the final alt will be based on Missing No. Not really a ghost fitting in the theme or anything, but it's still a eerie Pokemon that has some creepypastas behind it. I thought it was very fitting. The Kirby hat will be Marowak's skull, which is deceptively hard to draw. Marowak's on-screen will have her slowly fade in and descend to the ground in a ghostly aura. For her first taunt, she'll spin her bone around in both hands, reminiscent of Alolan Marowak. For the second taunt, she'll tilt her head to the sky and cry out to her child. For her third taunt, she'll begin glowing and levitating slightly, very similar to Dark Samus's. The first victory animation will have Marowak toss her bone into the air before catching it and planting it into the ground.
Marowak
Wins!
The second victory animation will have Marowak fly around before going underground, coming back up in her ghostly form.
Marowak
Wins!
And the third victory animation will be a much needed reunion.
Marowak
Wins!
Though it appears in her final Smash, Marowak's stage will be the Pokemon Tower. This will be a transition stage that goes up to each level of the tower, transitioning by a mysterious ghostly platform. Ghastly, Haunter, and Zubat will appear all over, though very few of them will actually interact with you. One of the areas is covered in fog, and headstones will act as obstacles that change in location on each level. And when you reach the top, the cleanse tag will be activated, which brings you to the very bottom yet again. Being taken from her child too soon, Marowak will make it her mission to make sure that no orphan child is ever weakened, in a classic mode that I am calling Restless Parent. This will face off against the famous orphan characters throughout the Smash series. The first match will be against Zero Suit Samus, whose parents were killed by Ridley. The second match will be against Lucas, who I feel like I shouldn't say how their parent died. Is that a spoiler? This game is so old, and it's never coming to America. Does it really matter? The next match is against Fox, whose father, James, was killed by Andros and his squadron. The next match is against Ryu, who was orphaned as a child and then had his master, Gouken, killed by Akuma. The next match is against Isabelle, which I am not 100% sure is an orphan. It's very unclear. Her brother Digby said that they were in a cardboard box and they had each other, so that makes me think she was orphaned, but she also mentioned she talked to her parents in New Horizons. Maybe they're adoptive, I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. Kill the dog. The next match is against Pokemon Trainer, who not only has definitely some parental issues throughout every single game, but is also a good penultimate fight, considering that is who takes down Marowak in canon. All of these characters have so much grief behind them. They've all lost someone very dear to them, and now you repay them by strengthening them to make sure that they will be okay on their own. Then you play the bonus game. And the final match will be against Dracula. Now, this may be a surprise to you, but there are a lot of Pokemon spirits in Smash. I even added a lot of them in my Maximizers moveset. Be sure to go check that out. Also, join my new Discord server. Link in the description below. It's a growing community, and I'd love to have you join, talk about Special Smash or anything else that might suit your fancy. I may drop hints in every now and then as to who the next fighter may be. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you. Anyway, I found a way around it. I'm doing ghostly spirits, and there's 10 of them. The first spirit will be Sableye. This will be a tiny Ganondorf on Great Cave Offensive. Second match will be against Ghastly. This will be a Mennonite who avoids conflict and 2 invisible piranha plants who favor side special. This will take place on Pokemon Tower. Evolving in difficulty, the next match will be Haunter. This is a Wendy who favors down tilt and will randomly turn invisible, and it takes place on Pokemon Tower. The next spirit is Mischievous. This is a Jigglypuff who attacks are more powerful when they hit from behind, plus your controls will randomly be reversed to aid in that. This will take place on Reset Bomb Forest. The next spirit is Kofagrigus. This is a Simon who will randomly get his final smash on Mushroomy Kingdom. The next spirit is Banette. This is a Ridley who will randomly take damage, but so will you. This will take place on Living Room. Next is Dustclops. This will be a Mewtwo who favors down special, as well as black holes spawning on the stage, and it takes place on the volcano portion of Woohoo Island. The next spirit is Palisand. This will be a Robin who favors down special, as well as pitfalls spawning on the stage, and it will take place on Tortimer Island. The next to last spirit will be Spiritomb. This will be 10 Marowak and 8 Dark Samus on Dracula's Castle. This references the 108 souls you need to get Spiritomb, but in a way that is not impossible. And the final spirit will be Pokestar Studios' own Majin. This will be a giant King K. Rool who will randomly turn invincible, they will randomly get an attack buff, and it's a stamina match. This takes place on Fourside. And that is everything for Marowak. I hope this ghost has given Special Smash a proper reincarnation, because this is a character I've probably wanted to do more than any other for years. Something about the happy-go-lucky world of Pokemon having these creepy underlayers is very interesting to a lot of people, myself included, and I definitely think that that needs to be represented in Smash. And even though this episode was supposed to come out around Halloween, that doesn't mean that you can't have a little spooky time every now and then. In conclusion, I think Marowak, who may seemingly not be a popular Pokemon choice, deserves to be a representation in Smash for a part of Pokemon that needs to be dug up. Thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you for sticking with me for the little while it's been since the last Special Smash episode. Be sure to go watch it if you haven't. I put a lot of heart and soul into that video, and it is probably one of my favorites that I have made or ever will make. But besides the characters I've already covered, if you have a wacky character that you'd like to see put in Smash, put them in the comments below, and I may take a crack at them sometime. Boo! Ha! Gotcha. You look so stupid right now.